Hello, everyone. Welcome to Untitled, a show that is dedicated to educate, uplift, and connect all minorities living abroad, especially Haitians, through a Haitian point of view, which is me. So let's get started. Our first guest for today is Edson Jean. He is a masterful human. He is a director, a DP actor, anything that needs to be done in film. This guy can do it. Let's go ahead and talk to Edson. Edson, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Like I said, man, I'm chilling, man. I mean, I don't know if I'm all those things. I'm not a DP, but I definitely wear multiple hats. But yeah.
God, man, why you gotta be so humble? Don't listen to him. He does everything. But, you know, he may not be masterful at all of them, but, you know, I love to support my friends. So, Edson, can you, give us a little introduction about yourself and your connection to Haiti?
Yeah, so my name is Edson Jean. I'm Haitian American. I was born here being Miami, Florida. My parents came down and emigrated from Haiti to live in Miami, and had my older brothers and sisters there. And then soon after I followed. And my work is really focused on telling stories specific to the Haitian and Haitian American experience, because I see those are stories that they're so rich and nuanced. And growing up, I never saw them depicted in a artistic way through major media outlets. So I know that our stories have value. I was always compelled by the skill and the element of storytelling involved in the Haitian culture. Through growing up, my mom would tell me blagues, contes chantés, things like that. So I knew there was definitely a medium for storytelling that already existed within our culture. So those things I just wanted to, my mission is focused on telling the myriad of stories that exist inside of the Haitian experience.
It's so funny how we're jumping right into it without you even knowing we're jumping right into it, because it's already in your soul. You're already talking about your mom, the Haitian community, the endeavors that they have to do. And I think that what we should definitely be touching up on right now is Ludi. Ludi is your baby. It's like, Ludi is everything. And actually, one of our interviewees is your lead actress, Chery. And where did the idea of Ludi come about? Besides, I know it's kind of about your mom, correct? How did you bring all of this together and be like, you know what, I'm gonna make this film, and I have confidence that it will get done?
Well, yeah, I think Ludi had a couple forms before it finally came into the script that was shot. Because it was an idea I had for a while, but other projects sort of took priority in a couple year span. So I had always wanted to tell a version of my mom's coming to America story, but that had so many different forms. And there's still parts of it that I want to tell in different facets, right? Maybe through a more serialized concept, with actually coming from OCAP and getting here, and that process in the 80s, and stuff like that. But so then Ludi was later on is where I sort of found a window, but came from a place after I did a digital series project for Grown. I wanted to go back to 101 for filmmaking and sort of my micro budget, because I had an experience where I just was reminded the importance of owning your own work and really having that autonomy as a filmmaker. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go back and I'm going to make something that I can make on my own. So Joshua Jean-Baptiste, my co-writer, and I started working on this idea. And I had met Shane through that same project before Grown. And I was like, I already knew when I was writing, I was like, yo, Shane is my Ludi for sure. She was just a phenomenal talent. And she's also Haitian. So finding that was so perfect, because in the older range for Haitian women, that was a journey, finding other older Haitian women that were willing to act and be on camera, because Haitians have a relationship with being misrepresented. So generally they're like, oh, putting it on camera, no, I'm not with it, even if they might be really natural or good. So finding the protagonist and the lead and having her was the icing on the cake. And we knew that definitely created the momentum to the project, because at that point it was just surrounding the other people around her.
I see. I wanted to ask you, well, now my question then is, you saw her in another job that you did. Is it hard casting Haitian roles? Is it hard finding a lot of Haitian actors that are trained?
In specific demographics, right? Like I feel like if I'm looking for Haitian or Haitian American young men, that's easy in Miami. I mean, I'm one of them, right? Because I'm an actor as well, and I know a lot of other ones. Um, and the sort of like if I'm looking for a Haitian mother, that becomes harder. Like if I need her to speak that like voix Creole,
Yeah.
because usually the person who I want that has that character that just feels really authentic, they're generally not trained. So I have to find the one who naturally has it. And the one who naturally has it, maybe they don't want to be on camera and doing this. They just want to live their life. And there's like, oh, what is all this? No, I'm straight. So I think the challenge is they're out there. The challenge is like having that conversation, earning that trust, and then also convincing them it's something that's worthwhile. Because I think most of their experience with sort of content representing the Asian culture is probably through like small media or video clips that might exist on YouTube, and maybe they don't want to be seen in that light. So like explaining the idea that it's a feature film and it's like something of more premiere, quote unquote, premiere content is part of earning the trust. But I think anything that's worth it is hard.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the day where I put out a casting call and I have 50 Haitian women ready, you know. That's ideal. But I think because the opportunities haven't been offered to us as creatives, specifically Black creatives, and then even more specifically Haitian creatives, we're a few steps back in getting to that place, but there's a big movement, and we are the change that we're hoping to see. So I'm optimistic about that.
Gotcha. Well, so now where do you see Ludi heading, and what would you like to see Ludi accomplish with all the hard work you put into it?
It's a great question. So we're blessed enough that we have the opportunity to have just screened at South by Southwest through the virtual platform they did this year. And that's bringing a lot.
Don't be too humble now. That's a good thing, man. Gardez monsieur, la propose chère belle, il chita constant, yeah, well, you know it's good, South by Southwest. Ah, my shit. You gotta brag now. That's huge. You're on your way to becoming like the next, I don't know, Spielberg or, you know.
But nothing's promised, man. You know, there's a lot of filmmakers that get to these big festivals, and like how they keep the momentum is like huge. And that's something that's like from the outside of the industry, people might forget or don't see because they see the person arrive and they don't see him for a couple of years. So that's something that that we're very much keeping in. Sorry, I just had distracted. Someone walked by, so my thought got lost. But it's definitely something we're appreciative of. But our biggest goal, that wasn't our goal, right? To necessarily have like be on one of these things. Our biggest goal is to make this film, but also connect with the community that it represents. Because films like Haiti, Mon Amour, Toi Wash, things like that, like industry people I find know about them, and of course some people in the community, but largely a lot of the Haitian community haven't engaged with these films because they find success in the festival market and distributors put them elsewhere. Like the community doesn't see them. Like my mom hasn't seen any of these films. So something that was really important for my producer Fabiola and I was that we wanted to create a model where we go back into the community with the film. So that idea had to wait because of the pandemic, but the hope is in the fall, and we have more leverage because Florida's more open. And we've also seen some theaters open and let people in, so there's strategy to it, that we go on a tour in the Haitian communities up the coast of Florida and show the film, but surrounded around an event. So not just, hey, come see the movie, but the movie's a gateway to have a Q&A, to then have a party, manger, fete, you know, stuff like that. Like, you know, it has to feel very Haitian and Caribbean. Yeah. So that's the hope for it. And if we get larger distribution with that, that's icing on the cake for sure. And South by has generated some conversation in that regard. But our biggest priority is like to going back and like all the guns and Team Mummies can film. So that's my hope for the film, more immediate hope, and obviously there's larger dreams and plans.
Of course, of course. I want to give a shout out to your producer, by the way, Fabiola, because I've not met her, but I've heard about her from Shane and from you and how amazing she is. And Shane's like, yeah, I gotta jump. I said, hey Shane, can I call you real quick? Shane is an actress that's in Ludi that plays his mom or is representing his mom. And she was just like, yeah, give me a second. I gotta just go talk to Fabiola real quick. That's my producer. I love her. And I was like, okay, sure, no problem. So I think that she's definitely done a great job. It's a great job. It's a good feeling when everyone on the set love everyone that they've worked with and they are still currently working with. You know what I mean? And it's reflective in you, how you work with people, how you're relating with Fabiola, how you relate with Shane, and everyone on that set and everyone I've spoken to had a great experience. So kudos to you on that. And I think a lot of that has to do with you being an actor, being a storyteller, and knowing how to have heart-to-heart connections and conversations with people, especially, with your pineapple hairdo. But I digress. It's a miserable. So if I was a young Haitian person in Miami, I'm an actor, or I want to do what Edson's doing, and I would like to pick Edson's brain, and I don't want to bother him. I wanted to do it in the most professional way. Now that I've seen him on Untitled, and it looks like he's so reachable, how can I do that?
Yeah, for sure. I think connection, I'm open to like sharing emails and things like that. I think first, definitely connect and be informed about like what our mission is and what we're doing. So we have the company that's going to be doing that tour is called Bantify, and just www.bantify.com. Connect with us on the mailing list, but then also you could reach out to us from there. But that's BANTUFY. And then also follow us on the social media for the film at Ludi Film and at Bantify on Instagram and Facebook. Twitter is just at Bantify Films. But connect with us in those things, and then you can always reach out. But I'm hoping to be filming our second film later this year as well. So there's opportunities to actually get involved in production as well, not just like general conversation, because schedules get busy. There's only so much of that you can do. If everyone's just like, hey, let's have a call, there's only a few of those. So it's also really good to get to know someone in the workspace, or just letting us know you exist is really big.
Are you open to internships?
Oh yeah, that's huge. We have internships running right now. We had an intern prior to the festival release, and now we're working with one right now, but we're open to it. And because we're an official company, we can offer internships for credit as well. There is a right way to do so, but that's all like offline conversations. But there's even a whole internship page on the website where people can just click and see what email to send out to engage with us.
Okay. I like that. Okay, so y'all, you hear it, right? I'm just gonna let you know. The last one I just did was with Edson. And as much as, you hear him here talking about he's producing, he is, directing, he's talking about Ludi, his mom, writing, all that stuff. He was the AD. You were the AD, right? On set, were you not?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was just as normal and as regular as everybody else. It really does take a village to do these kind of things. And I speak highly of this man. I think it's amazing what you're doing, and I love it. So, Edson, when was the last time you were in Haiti? And when you were there, did you do anything creative?
Yeah, the last time was just before was 19. No, COVID started 2020, right?
Yes, 2020, yeah.
Yeah, so 2019, and what was that? Was that in Jackman? Oh, okay. So I did this. I always try to see family, of course. But my family lives in Okap, like in Bozon, Milo, et puis my famille qui était La Villa, in Okap. Man, I went to Jacmel, and we were. It's actually a what's the word?
A film
You
school?
just said it, but no, it was just a program we were doing to offer. There was this these Haitians in the Kabik, in the area of Jacmel and Kabik, where they are surfing and like building up this whole surfing culture. And we were like, why Haitian surfing? So like we went out there like to connect with them and found and like talk to them. So and in that we donated, because we feel they're interested in surfing, we donated skateboards. And we also and also other things, created conversations, because something that's really important for me is after seeing the Raoul Peck documentary about what's it called, something, this is not the exact title, but destructive aid or something like that, is like to not perpetuate the culture of handouts, but establishing autonomy within the people so that they can create for themselves. We of course did give out things, but we were having conversations about sort of like how to build community and business with, I guess, the opportunity to be in a beach town, teaching surfing and different things like that that could be attractive for tourism. But that was a cool moment there. And my cousin was with me. So it was still like blended with family moment, but still also an opportunity for outreach and give back to the country. And that was the last time I was there, and I hadn't went before. We were going to do a film there, but then, you know, the political strife makes things a little difficult. And like, I think we were down, but I think just our loved ones. No, we gotta keep it real. Look, we were down, but our loved ones, you know, were making it very challenging for us to go. You know, t'es fait un rêve, pas aller, c'est là, but but things did get even challenging in that time that we were thinking about going. So I'm glad that we made the film in Miami the way we made it, and there's going to be opportunities to continue to go to Haiti, obviously. But quarantine mixed with the political strife, it's just like, you know, pick your time.
Nice, nice. Okay, now my thing is, so this next film you said you're doing, can you tell us anything about it? Are you shooting it in Haiti? Does it still have Haitian content in form, or you know, in it? What can you tell us?
Yeah, so this film, it's a sensitive subject, I should say. It is revolved around the Haitian culture, like most of my work is going to be, if not all of it. We'll see where the future goes. But it follows this story that happened nearly a decade ago on the Miami Causeway, where a man was seen biting another man's face, and that became national news. It became known as the Miami Zombie story.
That's right. You were telling me about that.
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't know is that that man was Haitian, and is part of a Haitian family, and even more so how that family really struggled to find a proper burial for him because of, within the Haitian community, how rumors were started associating it with voodoo and things like that. More in American culture, they were labeling it with bath salts, but after multiple autopsies, that was never found in his body. But even more so, the brother of the assailant, of the attacker, is a very close friend of mine. So we just want to tell a true life drama about the story that no one actually knows and that they're not talking about. To talk about misinformation in the media, how we are complicit to it, and then furthermore, the construct or difficult split between Haitian culture as it does with Protestant religion and our Vodou historical background.
Nice, nice, nice. I just want to say, man, I'm so proud of you, by the way. And y'all, did y'all catch how he said voodoo and not voodoo? It's very important that we pronounce it right, just because it is a pejorative to say it voodoo, and just learning about our culture, not, you know, promoting practicing it or not, loving it or not, just the idea of respect for what is ours. So I want to thank you for that. And on behalf of the Haitian community, nous parler Moun Los Angeles, we want to say how proud we are of you. We can't wait to see Ludi. I mean, I've already seen it, so, you know, but I'm going to watch it again, and I can't wait to introduce it to more of my friends. And, you know, and just to let everyone know, for clear transparency, we've worked together before. My last film that I produced was with him. He was a producer on it too. Amazing human being to work with. And I can't wait to work with him again. Hopefully I do get the chance and I'm around to do so. let's keep supporting Edson, and let's keep, supporting the culture and each other. And I want to say thank you so much. Thank you, Fabiola. I know she is just like, yes. Okay, and I want Ludi to do the best that it can do. And we'll come to the part of the show that I love very much. It's called Creole Word of the Day. We want you to tell us one of your favorite Creole words and what it means, and use it in a sentence before we leave you.
Okay, so this changes a lot. I like the cheaper, but I'm not gonna choose cheaper. I like that. I like it for how it sounds. I like we're gonna go easy because it's a Creole word that the word sounds kind of basic. It's not phonetically, it's not enjoyable, but it is something that I ride on a lot in my life, also growing up, and that's jole, because I am a jole and I rock on jole. So like to understand, like, and also when I'm at Haitian friends and if someone's talking and we're like, yeah, it's like, yo, that dude's a jole or something like that. It's just something. I just feel like there's so much variety within that word. Whether you use it as an adjective, noun, adverb, it just has so many forms, and I love the jole for that. Maybe because I'm a jole.
That's you look at someone like jole. Let me see how fellow boy. I'm shit. Jole.
Exactly.
But yes, thank you so much, Edson. Man, I love you. You're the greatest. Keep doing what you're doing down there. And Ludi will be in theaters. It will be streaming. It'll be everywhere in your next film. I really hope that it is everywhere for sure. From the get. With that said, thank you so much. And this was just a little snippet into you and what you're doing to open you up to the community, so everyone gets to know you, so they can start hitting you up, or give some money, so we can make some more films, something. So
thank you so much. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon, brother.
All right, brother. Thank you so much too, man. A lot of support, and thank you so much to Untitled and everyone behind the mission. Really appreciate y'all. For la force, man.
That's right. Mais en pile, j'avais pas Lou.